What if I told you that your breathing patterns right now could predict whether you'll develop heart disease, diabetes, or even cognitive decline in the next decade? Most people think lungs are just simple air bags, but here's what medical researchers are discovering. These remarkable organs are actually crystal balls for your future health. And the most shocking part? You can test their true age using nothing more than a plastic bottle and some water from your kitchen tap. But here's where it gets controversial. While everyone's obsessing over anti-aging creams and supplements, they're completely ignoring the one body system that could determine how gracefully they age. Hashtag the hidden truth about your lung age. Forget what you think you know about aging. Recent groundbreaking research involving over 30,000 individuals has revealed something that will change how you think about getting older. Your respiratory system reaches its absolute prime during your early to mid-20s. Women typically peak a few years before men, and then begins a relentless decline that most people never see coming. Judith Garcia Aymeric, the leading researcher from Barcelona Institute for Global Health, who spearheaded this revolutionary study, describes this phenomenon as a biologically programmed countdown. Think of it as your body's internal aging clock, ticking away with every single breath you take. The terrifying reality? Environmental factors like cigarette smoke, urban air pollution, and even common conditions like asthma can dramatically accelerate this countdown, pushing your lungs toward premature aging faster than you might imagine. But here's the part most people miss. The stronger your respiratory capacity during those peak years, the better your chances of avoiding chronic diseases and maintaining vitality as you grow older. Your lung health isn't just about breathing, it's about building a fortress against age-related illnesses that could derail your golden years. Kitchen counter lung test that could save your life. Want to discover your lung age without expensive medical equipment? This DIY assessment has been helping people evaluate their respiratory health for decades, and you probably already have everything you need sitting in your kitchen right now. Gather these simple items. One large plastic bottle, a bucket or bathtub filled with water, rubber tubing, and a measuring cup. You might want to perform this test outdoors or near a sink since things can get a bit splashy. Here's your step-by-step protocol. Start by measuring exactly 200 milliliters of water into your measuring cup. Then transfer it to the plastic bottle. Use a permanent marker to indicate this water level clearly on the bottle's exterior. Continue adding 200 milliliters increments, marking each new level until your bottle reaches capacity. These marks will serve as your measurement guide. Fill your bucket or bathtub with water. Then completely submerge the now full bottle, flipping it upside down while keeping it underwater throughout the process. Maintaining the bottle's inverted position, carefully insert your rubber tubing into the bottle opening. Don't worry about creating a perfect seal. A loose fit works perfectly fine. Take the deepest breath possible and exhale forcefully through the tubing, pushing as much air as you can into the bottle. Count how many water level marks you successfully displaced with your breath. Calculate your vital lung capacity by multiplying the number of displaced marks by 200 milliliters. For example, if you pushed water past 3 marks, your capacity measures 600 milliliters. John Dickinson, who directs the Exercise Respiratory Clinic at the University of Kent, explains that this measurement represents what medical professionals call your forced vital capacity, or FVC. This terminology dates back to English surgeon John Hutchinson in the 1840s, who made a startling observation. Patients who could only exhale small volumes of air consistently had shorter lifespans. According to the American Lung Association's research, healthy individuals can expect their FVC to decrease by approximately 0.2 liters every decade, even without smoking or respiratory illness. Normal healthy readings typically fall between 3 and 5 liters. Dickinson offers this reassurance. Don't panic if your home test yields lower numbers than expected. Many people struggle to completely empty their lungs during these DIY assessments. leading to artificially low readings that don't reflect their true respiratory capacity. The shocking ways your lungs control your entire body, and this is the part most people miss. Your respiratory system doesn't just affect your breathing. Recent scientific discoveries reveal that lung health influences virtually every aspect of your physical and mental well-being in ways that will absolutely blow your mind. As we age, our lung tissue loses its natural elasticity, becoming stiffer and less flexible. The powerful muscles that control breathing, including the diaphragm, gradually weaken over time. Even our rib cages undergo structural changes that limit their ability to expand and contract efficiently. When this decline becomes excessive, people begin experiencing that telltale shortness of breath that signals the development of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD. But here's what's truly alarming. Deteriorating lung function doesn't just make you susceptible to respiratory problems. The latest research reveals mind-blowing connections between lung health and elevated blood pressure, autoimmune disorders, metabolic diseases, physical frailty, and even cognitive decline. Yes, you read that correctly. Your breathing patterns today could influence your memory and thinking abilities years from now. Dawn Bowdish, a respected professor at McMaster University, who specializes in aging and immunity, explains this phenomenon through what she calls the lung immune axis. Your respiratory system houses millions upon millions of immune cells that work around the clock, clearing air pollution particles, fighting off infections, and repairing damage from the constant stretching that occurs with every breath. When these immune cells become overwhelmed and can't clear all the particles accumulating in your lungs, they trigger increasingly dangerous levels of inflammation throughout your body. This inflammation can cause lung scarring, known medically as pulmonary fibrosis, making your lungs progressively stiffer and less functional. But here's where it gets controversial. This inflammatory response doesn't stay confined to your lungs. Bowdish believes it spreads throughout your entire body like wildfire, potentially contributing to heart disease, osteoporosis, type 2 diabetes, and memory problems. The 11-second test that reveals everything. Want another quick assessment you can perform right now? Dickinson recommends this incredibly simple breathing evaluation that takes less than a minute but provides valuable insights into your respiratory fitness. Take the deepest breath possible, then slowly exhale while counting the seconds. You should be able to maintain a steady, controlled exhale for at least 11 seconds without gasping for air. If you fall short of this benchmark, it might indicate that your respiratory muscles need strengthening, but don't panic just yet. Like any fitness assessment, this test represents just one piece of your overall health puzzle. The two-way street, how healthy lungs protect everything else. But here's the incredible news that changes everything. The relationship between your lungs and overall health works in both directions. Bowdish's research demonstrates that maintaining optimal respiratory health significantly increases your chances of staying disease-free well into your later years. Dickinson emphasizes this crucial point. Even though lung capacity naturally declines with age, this shouldn't cause alarm for those who prioritize their respiratory health. Healthy lungs possess more than sufficient capacity to supply oxygen and remove carbon dioxide throughout your entire lifespan. However, if decline accelerates beyond normal rates, your health and quality of life will definitely suffer. If you're genuinely concerned about your respiratory function, Dickinson strongly recommends consulting your physician for professional lung function testing using a spirometer. This medical device precisely measures both the volume and speed of your breathing, calculating your FVC with medical-grade accuracy, alongside your forced expiratory volume, FEV1, the amount of air you can exhale in 1 second after taking a deep breath. The spirometer also determines the ratio between FEV1 and FVC, which can reveal whether anything is obstructing your airflow. Together, these metrics provide a comprehensive picture of your respiratory health that no home test can match. Dickinson's professional recommendation. Ideally, people should have their lung function clinically assessed every decade if they're not experiencing symptoms. But immediate testing becomes essential if abnormal breathlessness develops. The revolutionary ways to reverse lung aging. Once you understand your current respiratory status, compelling evidence shows you can take concrete steps to improve lung capacity and slow age-related decline. These aren't just theoretical recommendations, they're proven strategies that can genuinely transform your respiratory health. Regular physical exercise reduces airway inflammation while simultaneously improving the strength and endurance of your breathing muscles. But here's something that might surprise you. Reducing salt in your diet could provide significant benefits since research suggests excess dietary sodium can worsen lung inflammation and fibrosis. Meanwhile, increasing your intake of fish oils, antioxidants, and vitamin C and E helps protect your lung walls from ongoing damage. Bowdish strongly advocates eliminating both smoking and vaping to avoid ingesting potentially inflammatory chemicals that accelerate respiratory aging. Daniel Craighead, an assistant professor at the University of Minnesota, emphasizes another crucial factor: maintaining a healthy weight. Abdominal fat can seriously impede your lungs' ability to fully expand with air, Craighead explains. Excess body fat essentially compresses your respiratory system from the outside. The game-changing breathing device that's revolutionizing lung health. But here's where it gets really interesting. There's another method that might actually improve lung function beyond its natural capacity. Since the mid-1990s, inspiratory muscle training, or IMT, has emerged as a powerful technique for boosting respiratory muscle strength across diverse populations. From elite athletes and professional singers to people managing asthma and COPD, this approach involves breathing through a specialized device that provides resistance, essentially creating a workout for your respiratory muscles. Research consistently demonstrates that IMT can improve exercise capacity and even lower blood pressure. The gold standard for IMT is a medical device called PowerBreathe, which has received official recognition as an approved medical product by the UK's National Health Service and other healthcare systems worldwide. The World Health Organization has highlighted this technology as a valuable tool for COVID recovery support, and hospitals globally use it for prehabilitation, improving patients' lung function before surgery to enhance recovery prospects. Craighead's research indicates that the concept involves engaging your diaphragm and intercostal muscles, then periodically increasing resistance as lung strength improves. The surprising alternative that's hiding in plain sight. And this is the part most people miss. You don't necessarily need expensive equipment to strengthen your respiratory system. Simply taking up singing or learning a wind instrument can provide similar benefits through natural breathing exercises. Researchers at the Louis Armstrong Center in New York City have pioneered this innovative approach, successfully improving lung function in people with asthma by teaching them various wind instruments. Some scientists have even designed electronic versions of traditional instruments, like the ocarina flute, specifically to assist in respiratory rehabilitation. Nette Korsgaard, an assistant professor at the University of Southern Denmark and trained classical singer, has conducted multiple trials examining how singing can potentially help people with COPD. While Korsgaard clarifies that singing cannot reverse existing lung damage, she believes it significantly benefits respiratory health by improving our ability to utilize breathing muscles effectively. Singing requires the ability to sustain long phrases, which demands precise control and flexibility of the diaphragm, intercostal muscles, and abdominal muscles, Korsgaard explains. These are exactly the same muscle groups that determine overall respiratory capacity and endurance. The bottom line that changes everything. Whichever approach you choose for strengthening your respiratory system, remember this: your lungs are far more than simple breathing apparatus. They're sophisticated organs that influence your immune system, cardiovascular health, cognitive function, and overall aging process in ways scientists are only beginning to understand. The evidence is clear. Investing in your respiratory health today could determine whether you experience vibrant vitality or declining health in your later years. Every breath you take is an opportunity to build strength, resilience, and longevity into your body's most essential life support system. But here's my controversial question for you. If something as simple as a plastic bottle test or daily breathing exercises could potentially prevent heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline, why aren't more people talking about this? Are we so distracted by flashy health trends that we're ignoring the most fundamental aspect of staying alive? What's your take on this? Have you ever considered that your breathing patterns might be the key to healthy aging? I'd love to hear your thoughts, and whether you're brave enough to try that plastic bottle test and share your results in the comments below.